Hello Zenbees. Zentangle is a meditative art form that is a relaxing method of creating abstract art using structured patterns. It teaches and focuses on being mindful and present. Zentangle requires no artistic skills. Hello, I'm Sandhya. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. In this channel, we talk about creating and practicing Zentangle, my own Zentangle inspired artworks and collectibles. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out on any videos that I will be posting throughout this month of October. Zendalas are the best of Zentangle and Mandalas. Welcome to Zendala Joy. 31 days, 31 Zendalas. It's day 27 today and we will be working with string number 13 for today's project. To get your instant free download, all you have to do is sign up onto my newsletter and you will receive the string template right away. For today's project, I will be working on my white round Zendala tile. I'll be using my black pen, pencil and stub. So go grab your supplies and let's get started. On to tangling now. Okay, so here we are, day number 27 and this is string number 13. So we will be using this string for today's project. I have traced it on to my tile and so to get your instant free download of this template, all you have to do is sign up onto my newsletter and you will get a download link right away. So this template has 15 strings and we've been using that throughout this project and we've kind of reused the strings and it's been super fun. Okay, so for today's project I'm again going to work with my black Micron 01 and I also have a thicker tip black pen, and of course we'll be using our pencil and stub. Okay, so let's get started. Now before we start with tangling, I want to prepare my tile a bit. So we're going to make some more additions to the string. So the first thing that I'm going to do is make a center line. So just pull out a center line like that on all of these petals. So very light, very gently. Okay, so I've done that. Now I'm going to make some dots. Okay, so we're going to make 3 dots. So I'm eyeballing this slightly above this, so this is where our center thing is, so I'm kind of eyeballing it somewhere above that, and then one here, so just equidistant, and one somewhere here. Okay, so we're going to do this on all of these. Don't worry too much, just make your markings, and we can always correct it as we go. Okay, so
Now I'm also going to make dots here, so this is going to be somewhere like slightly above this, and again we're going to make 3 dots, so this is going to be here, somewhere above this, and somewhere below this, like this. Okay, so let's go ahead with that. Okay, so now that we have all the dots, now let's connect them. So I'm connecting this to this, so that goes like that, and then we are connecting the second set. Okay, and we will also be connecting the third set. Okay, so this goes like this. Okay, so I'm making very gentle pencil lines. We will be inking all this later. And really don't worry about having them evenly spaced out. Like if you notice this looks longer than this, or this looks a little bigger than this, so don't worry too much about that. The tangles that we're going to use are all organic tangles, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Sure about that. Let's just do the rest of it. Okay, so we have these zigzag line going all around, and we've sectioned our star or the flower into these grids. Okay, so now let's get started with our tangles. So first thing first, let's get started here. So we're gonna start with our first tangle is Pokeroot. So I'm going to start with this V that we have. So I'm going to start somewhere at the bottom of this. So I pull out my stem, make it slightly dark, and I make my circle nice and good. Okay, then I start from the top, pull out another one like that, and make my circle nice and good. Now I pull out another one this side, and I'm going to just fit one more there. So I'm going to repeat this. Now this time it's going to come from this side, like this. Okay, so I'm going to add one more here. Okay, and one more here. So it depends upon your space. Like here I couldn't add 4, but here I could add 4. So don't worry about that. Okay, so now again we're going to do in this section. So I start from here. So we're going to start at this place where it says V, right? So right here at the bottom of this, we're going to start here and pull out a stem, join it like that, and make your circle. So notice how I'm trying to fit my circle in that border, in that space. So now I'm going to add one more from this side. Okay, and maybe one from this side. So I'm trying to kind of stay inside that and play along that those two border lines. So now this is done. Now I'm going to make my next set from this side. So remember this, we are always working at the tip of the V. So you start here, make this slightly dark, and then pull out your circle. Okay, so now I'm going to start from the top. Do that, and then probably one more here. Okay, like that. So we're going to tightly pack these all along. So now another one. Let me show you one more. So I start off from this end and join it right there. Okay, and start off from this side. Okay, and now from this side. So I'm just trying to alternate between top and bottom just to give it an interesting rhythm, but you can do it, or you can do them all from one side. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my stem, then the circle, the stem, and the circle nice tightly fit in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's take time to finish all around. So we're doing this in the top section. Okay, so here I have added Pokeroot all around. So now I do have a lot of space gaps in between. So here's what I'm going to do. I will be adding circles or tipples, and then whatever teeny tiny little spaces there, I'm going to fill it up with solid black. But if you want to fill the whole thing with solid black, you can do that as well. So it depends upon how much space you have. Like I have really big sections, like this, I don't want to fill in so much black, so I'm gonna add circles and then go back and fill in black. So yeah, so you can decide on that. Okay, so go ahead and just go around and take a look and see what needs to be done, and let's finish this. Let's give this a nice decent finish, and then we'll move on to the next section. So I've added the circles and I'm just going around, filling black wherever it is needed. So mine is a combination of circles or the tipples and the black. Okay, so like that. Okay, so go take your time, finish this whole thing, see how pretty it looks now that it's all filled in. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I like the way it's turned out. I like how this thing is formed to create this lovely effect. Okay, so now let's get started with the second section. So here we're going to work with a fragment M3. So it's again a floral or a organic fragment. So we'll again start from this V just below this, right? So our thing is going to go somewhere this way. So I start off from here and pull out a spine like that. Okay, and then I'm going to pull out little branches like that, and then we're going to just go around with these wiggly lines like that. Okay, so I'm going to do this in this direction when I start here. So we're going to alternate between right and left. Right, so let's do this. Let me get to, okay. Okay, go really slow, and then I pull out my branches or those little things, and then go ahead and give this wiggly lines to make it look like a leaf. Okay, so then the next thing that I do is I'm going to fill these gaps up with solid black. So just to kind of emphasize on that shape of that leaf. So I'm not going to do it here. When I finish this, then I'll know if I have enough space to add the black, so I'll do that once I finish that. But just to show you, I'm gonna add black here like this. Okay, and even here. So we're kind of going to maintain that line, that pencil line. So anything around that is going to be filled in black. Okay, so now let me show you one more time. So I start from here, pull out a spine like that. Okay, okay. Okay, so I've made my M3. Now I'll go back and fill these sections with black. So see, now I know that I can go this far, so I don't want to block my space here. So maybe the leaf that I'm going to do here wants to take up that space, right? So ideally I would finish making the leaves all around and then go back with the fillings. So Okay, so okay, so let's go around and make our M3, this lovely looking leaf. So here it is, all done, M3. Now let's get to our next tangle, which is again a fragment, E3. So this goes like this. We have our line here, right? So we are going to make a nice big half circle like this, and then aura this, and one more aura, right? So let's do this here as well, maybe on this side. So I go over this and I do this. Okay, so here I am going to start off with a nice big petal right in the center, and then two more on either sides like that, and then I'm going to fill this whole thing black. Okay. Okay, so here we are just going to add like 3 circles, teeny tiny circles, and then the space that we have here, we're going to fill it up with lines like this. Okay, so we're going to go around doing this. It's a tiny space, but we can fit in a good amount of tangles here, so let's do that. Okay, so I start with my center, and then I do the sides. Okay, so I go back and so let's add all the black. Filling out the lines here. Like that. Okay, so let's go around and do this. So here it is, all done. Now let's get to the center part. So here I am going to give a aura line right under this. So I don't want to kind of go all the way up, so something like this. So take your time to do this. Okay, so now I'm going to pull these lines. Okay, so I'm really going to ignore this space here. Okay, and well, it looks really pretty. You can leave it at this point like this, or I'm just going to go ahead with the plan that I had, but you guys can take a call. Okay, so I'm also doing this inner line that we did, right? Okay, so now here I am going to fill one side black, and the other side is going to be as is. So we're going to alternate between black and white, like that. Let's see. So I'm using my thicker tip pen. There. Okay, so that's all done. Oh, I like the way it's turned out. Okay, so let's go ahead with our next tangle, which we will be doing in this outer section. So this tangle is called Akoya. It's a beautiful tangle. So I'm going to kind of pull out a line like this. So I leave a bit of a space on the top and do this. So this is a border tangle, so we're going to create a border around this. Okay, so we're going to start with 3 circles. So I'm going to make one right in the center, nice and big, and then one that's kind of touching this side and the other one touching on this side. So let's repeat this and keep the size of your circles even. Okay, so this was my last section to add circles. Okay, so now that we have the circles all set, the next thing that we're going to do is So I'm going to use a pencil to make our next step. Ideally you can do it with your pen, but somehow I feel it doesn't give a good finish. So we're going to start from the bottom of this and go around this twice like this. So one time in the upward direction and one time in the lower bottom direction. So let's do this like this. Okay, so we're going to connect this with the pencil all around. Okay, so I have made my pencil markings all around. So here I'm going to start at this the center one and make a circle about the same size or slightly smaller, and then each circle right after that is going to be slightly smaller than the previous one, like that. Okay, so I'm going to do that now with this as well. Big, small, small, small. Okay, so like that. So we're going to repeat this all around. So start from the center one. Okay, so take your time, do this. So now we are done with the bottom. Now we're going to repeat the same thing on the top as well. So here again, now this time I'm going to go this way first. So we're working on the outer side. So again, I start from the center circle. I make a big one and a small. So we just go reducing the size of the circles, and then I start again from here, make a big one, and then small, 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 and there it is. So do you see how this is like the center is big and then it just goes reducing in size like that, and the same thing is happening on the other side. So let's go ahead and repeat this. So one more time, you start right at the from the center, you start and go along. So we are kind of going along that line, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and repeat that. So here it is, all done on both sides. Now we are going to do the same thing in the center part. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a big circle and then a smaller one and a smaller one. So depending upon how much space you have, you can keep adding your circles like that. So again, I start. Okay, like this. So now I go back and fill these gaps with solid black. Like that. Okay, do you see how it creates this lovely twisted pearl look? That's beautiful, right? So this is Akoya. Like that. Okay, so we're going to repeat this all around. Okay, so let me do this one more time here. So again, we start with this way. Yeah, so we're going to start with the center. Okay, so now that I've added my circles, I'm going to go back and do the filling of blacks. Okay, isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's finish all around. Okay, so here it is all done. I love the way these pearls are kind of twisting all around. So now let's get to shading, and before we do that, I just want to mention about our Zenbees group, and I invite you to join the group. It's a fun group to hang out with. After the session, there's a lot of learning happening in the group, with participants sharing their works, and it's really a fun group. So do join our group Zenbees. Now let's get to shading here. So I am going to add my pencil right here, right under my Pokeroot, right at the bottom of it. So I'm going to add my pencil right there. Okay, so I am now going to blend this out like that. Okay, so you see how this creates a nice lift. So we're going to go ahead and do this all around. Okay, so I am going to go around blending this. Okay, so it's all done. I like the way it looks. So now I'm going to go ahead and add black lines. So I'm using a thicker tip pen. I'm using a 08, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull out lines. So I start from the center here. So we're just going to pull out lines like this to make this space kind of busy, because it's too much of a white space. Right, so okay, so like this. So I'm going to go all around and do that. So here it is all done. Now here's the thing, I'm going to add black in these sections. I know we did the shading for Akoya there, but somehow the Pokeroot is getting lost in that white space, so I want Pokeroot to stand out, so I'm going to add black in there. So let's do that. Let's try doing that. So this is going to be like complete black. Okay, I think that's going to look good. So let's go ahead and add black all around.
Okay, it's all done. I really love it now. I can almost see layers in this. Can you see layers? I see this as the first layer, second layer, and then the star is the third, fourth, and fifth layer. So I can almost see 5 layers in there. So there it is. Okay, now let's finish it up with our initials or signature and journal this. So okay, I'm just going to put my initials in one of the Pokeroots here, so let's do that. Okay, so let's journal this. Today is 27th of October 2020, and this is Zendala Joy. String number 13. Okay, and we started off with Pokeroot, and then we used Fragment M3, and then we used Fragment P3, and the last tangle, the border tangle, was Akoya. Okay, and I'm going to put my full on signature right here. Okay, so there it is, all done. Okay, so I quickly wanted to show you our previous project that we did using the same string. Ooh, they're so different. So it's the same string, and we created 2 different looks out of it. So that's the fun part of using these strings. It's always different, it's always new. Okay, so there it is, day 27, string number 13. Hope you had fun creating this project with me. I would love to see your creations, so head on to our Facebook group Zenbees, where all the after party fun happens. Share your works there and check out the creations by other Zenbees. If you're sharing your works on social media, then please do tag me at Sandhya Money or hashtag Tangle with Sandhya, so I get to see your lovely works there, and I do stop by to comment. A quick note, these projects and these videos are for your personal use, and no part of these can be used for any kind of commercial purposes. To understand the Zentangle method and to get started on your own Zentangle journey, email me to get information about my group classes or to schedule your private sessions. Slots for the month of November are now open. Well, something is in the making, and watch out for the space for more updates on that. Now it's time to comment, so please comment below and let me know how you enjoyed this project, because that really helps me plan out my next set of videos. Also, it's time to show some love, so hit that like button, share the video and subscribe to the channel. If you really enjoyed this project, then please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, because that really helps me more than you know, and that's all I ask from you. So tomorrow we will be working with string number 9. So day 28 and string number 9. So I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, remember to breathe and smile. See ya. Namaste.